Welcome to MTG Monster. I'm back with another draft here of March of the Machines. Let's dive in and see what kind of mayhem deck we can make today. Oh yeah, one open. Elesh Norn. Old school Elesh Norn, even better. Other creatures you control get +2/+2. Your opponent's creatures get -2/-2. It's basically a board wipe and a pump all-in-one. You can get blown up if somebody bounces this back to your hand in the middle of combat, so it's real risky, but there's a processor here. Derision's here is good. Burgeoning is also good, but you don't pass Elesh Norn. It's too good. It's a win con in and of itself. We're going to want a ramp to it. We're going to want card draw, and we're going to want early game control. If you get to 7 mana, you basically win the game. That's basically what's printed on this card, even though there's other words there. So what am I looking to pair this with? Ramp. Ramp would be my top choice of what to pair it with. What's my second choice to pair it with? Control, maybe? Recursion control would be fine. We just need to buy time. It also can pair with like a deck that buys time with chump blocking, so we'll see. What has pick 2 brought us? Emoti. The only problem with Emoti here is that it would make us commit to white, blue, and green really early as our 3 colors. That's it. So what else are we looking at? We have Oracle of Tragedies, great. It not only digs for Elesh Norn, but when it trades off later, we can actually put Elesh Norn from the graveyard back into our deck if we want. Emoti is great with Cascade. Don't get me wrong, it's one of my favorite cards in the set, but Elesh Norn is just so much better than Emoti. So none of the white cards here go with Elesh Norn, otherwise I would take a white card, but I think Oracle of Tragedy is just good enough with its dig to make it a fine pick 2. We could even go into blue-white Knights and have a lot of little 2/2s lying around for Elesh Norn to pump up later. If we go into blue, we're definitely going to want some card draw and dig. Will be first and foremost because you won't get the ramp there. So card draw is the way you ramp, basically. You just draw more lands. What do we got here? Captive Weird is good. Stasis Field is good. Tawashi's good. What is this? It's white. It doesn't really go with what we're doing, so I think that's a pass. There is a black removal card here in Vanquish the Weak that we could take over the Captive Weird and hope either the Weird or Stasis Field wheel. I don't think Tawashi will wheel, but I don't want to stay open because we could still be like white-black. Vanquish the Weak is good enough. It's removal. It's hard to get removal in this set sometimes. People have taken it really early in their packs, so we could go into like an Esper control, or we can still be blue-white, or it could be black-white. I think it's really important in your first picks not to get tied down. I mean, I'm definitely tied down to white. If there was any good white card in either of those packs, I would definitely have taken a white card to support Elesh Norn, but there just wasn't one that was up there good enough to justify taking it over some other hedge bets. The land here is tempting, but there is a possibility it wheels. I do think the safer bet is maybe the Burgeoning or the Pests, as they both dig and ramp. We could go any direction now. At some point, I do need to start picking up some white cards, even if they're subpar, but hopefully I can do that later in these packs. But yeah, I mean, Burgeoning, it fixes, it goes with 1/1 counters if we end up playing white-green. White-black, we're just looking for a lot of removal. White-blue, we're looking for a lot of card draw and value there. Maybe play some Knights. Angelic Intervention. Okay, so the dual black-blue land is probably the best card here, but I don't need to invest that much in Esper yet. So what we should do is maybe take the white 2-drop here. Sunder the Gateway. It's sorcery, it is removal, potentially, but it's also a 2/2 for 2, disguised. And it's in our color, and since we don't have any other white cards, this just kind of helps us make white more playable. And we need to make sure we don't abandon our Elesh Norn. So when you're staying open, it's sometimes you stay too open and you kind of abandon your rare. And you need to make sure that you don't abandon your rare completely. So since there wasn't really an amazing card there, Gateway was fine. Brutaclad. Now that is a double off color, unlike a Modi, that I am willing to commit to. Brutaclad's an absolute bomb. I don't even know what else is in that pack. And really, it doesn't even matter. Making tokens with Elesh Norn is just gross. So, we have all colors hedged. So, what do we see here? What's open? Favor definitely makes it so 5 colors is more possible. But I also see an Aerialist here, Stasis Field, and the Knight Captain. I think the Knight Captain's the biggest signal that white-blue is open, and I'm totally on board with jumping in. Not only is it control, but it's also a way to pump up my army, and we can just jump in to blue-white Knights. I think it's open, that's a sign it's open, and it works well with Elesh Norn. Yeah, and we can just take a Knight here. I don't think anything else here really justifies going away from that. So it's pretty easy to say we're probably not going to be black or green. Shatter the Source is playable. If we're going to be splashing Brutaclad, we can also splash Shatter the Source. So right now how it looks is our base is blue-white splashing red. Okay. We have a Knight here we can take, but it's not very good. I think the safer bet is to take Blade Master to give us a 2-drop in green in case we need to switch into green. Favor or Weird. Weird is good. It's great. We're taking it. Card draw and early blocker. Blue-white land is perfect. Here we do take the Convoke Knight and maybe play it. Yeah, neither of those red cards are worth taking over it. Vengeant Earth probably won't get played. So yeah, we're just gonna probably not take green, but we have a good way to jump into it if we want to abandon our red. But I think most likely we're gonna be just Sky. Or blue-white splashing red. What are we missing? Removal? I have a feeling if we go into just Sky, we're gonna be a little light on removal anyway. So maybe we need to just get chump blockers. Let's see. Well, there's removal. That might be one of the best cards in the format, but there's also a Jin Gitaxias here, and do you think it just kind of waddles over to our deck, doesn't it? I mean, it's definitely the safe pick. Let's make sure it's the right pick. Amonkhet's real good. We have Vanquish the Weak already. If we want to abandon red, is it better than Brutaclad? No. Okay. Invasion of Vryn. Card draw. What's this? No. Invasion of Vryn card draw is probably what we want here. Drawing cards means ramp, sort of, to get to our 6 and 7 drop. We are not in the right colors for ramping, but card draw can certainly help get more lands, so it's a good substitute when there isn't ramp to be found. Would love a red mana source. Fixing would be great. We're not really white, are we? We have 3 white cards. Elesh Norn could be splashable if we move away from white, but it's only splashable as a dual pip card because it's so late. I guess we are just blue. We could still be any combination. It's important through pack 2 to keep a relatively open mind. I find a lot of people after pack 1 kind of like say, okay, I'm done. And they don't really see what they have. So if we see what we have a stellar blue start. There is the red fixing I've been looking for. There's also an Oracle of Tragedy. I think the red-white land is just too good for our deck, right? Hits Brutaclad and Elesh Norn. So that definitely means we're probably going to be playing early white, since both of our duels have white as a base, it makes our early white plays more important. Yeah, we're still just splashing red. We can still splash black. I mean, I'm not closed-minded to it. I think the Sentinel is probably the best card for our deck here, but I'm willing to risk it not wheeling for the Invasion. I think the Invasion is just really strong. It doesn't have to come down on turn 2. If we're already splashing red, it makes a lot of sense. Whew, what a pack. I guess it's decision time. Spell Spear is a great 2-drop for red if we want to jump into red as one of our base colors. But that would mean white isn't a base color at that point. Stasis Field's fine. Isaac Attacks is fine. Seal from Existence, though, makes white one of our base colors. I mean, it really forces it. And it's removal, and we do need removal. So I'm going to take Seal of Existence, but there's lots of cards there we could have taken instead. That was not a clear-cut pick. Okay, hear me out. Bullet Slinger's okay, but I'm not going to take it. And there's not a red or blue card I want to take, so I'm going to take Rankle and Torben. Now, if I see another good black card that's control-y, I have not written off black completely. I mean, it's definitely in the sideboard, but we will see. I don't think I'm playing any of these white cards, and I don't think I'm going to be playing the Land Cycler. So, the real question here is Invasion of Eldraine with Vanquish the Weak and Rankle better for us? I don't think the black's going to work out, but it's nice to look at it. But we'll see. Focusing back on the cards at hand. Some knights here. I'm going to take a knight. I think we're going to take the 3-drop 3/3 knight, even though we're not going to probably be that aggressive. I'm going to take another knight here. Tap down knight is good. Yep. 3/4 that taps down is good enough. Looks good in our deck. It's kind of a whiff. We can take the urn. We're light on removal. Urn will be removal and fixing if we want. Here it's a pretty easy counter target spell. It did wheel the Sentinel. Nice. The safe pick here is the Slasher. But I think I'm just going to take the Asgold. It's so much better, and like I said, leaving us open to red-black is not terrible with a Yargle as well. And a Reigns. Okay. Come on, game. I mean, World Tree is super good, but we're not going to be playing triple green today. Inquisitor's just really good. It's a knight. It's a nice consolation prize, but I want the tribute for my own private collection. I'm debating whether the Inquisitor is good enough in my deck to justify needing to take it, and I think I do need to take it. I do need another white drop that's a 2-drop, but if we had just one more 2-drop that was white, I maybe would just rare draft there. Inquisitor is good. Real good. Don't get me wrong, it's real good. I rare draft more than I should for fun. Because I don't draft that often. So, card collection is important to me. Spell Spear. Another one. Cut Short. It's removal. Tiller of Flesh. Really good value. I think it's between the Cut Short and the Captain, right? Captain makes treasures, which is ramp. It's one of the few ways we could ramp. Now, we're going to have to commit into a more 3-color deck base if we want to go with Storm, but I think it's worth it for the treasures and the ramp to potentially get to our rares. Here, it's between the 2-drop that's white or just another Protocol Knight to tap down. I think the tap down lockdown will trigger a lot. We have enough knights, so I think that's definitely the take for control. Wow. 2 Brutoclads. Well, we're definitely not entertaining black anymore. We're definitely Jeskai for sure. There's no way we're going to migrate away from Jeskai at the moment. Brutoclad is just too good, and 2 Brutoclads is too good. with an Elish Norn to back it up. Gosh, imagine removing a Brutacloud and then having another one land the board next turn. Gross. 2-drop Knight or more card draw with Invasion of Vryn. It's real close. I think we need the 2-drop, so we're going to take the 2-drop. Yep. I think red's a heavy splash, but still kind of a splash in the deck we have. Now this is an interesting card. It's a 3/3 for 3 baseline. You can make it so that a creature can't block for a more aggressive endgame move, but there's also Temporal Cleansing, which could buy us a lot of time. I think I'm going to take the 3/3 for 3 instead and hope it can trade off on the board somehow or draw out removal. Speaking of drawing out and kind of buying us more time, I know it's expensive as a 5-drop, but I think it'll buy us more time than any of these other cards will. So I'm going to take the Defector. Wrath is a great pickup here. It's definitely a 2-drop I want. Don't really have a lot of spells to trigger Gitaxias and Wrath, but they're still just really good cards in and of themselves. Same with Zerta. You know, we don't have a lot of ways to make Zerta shine, but still just a good card. We can take another Urn here for more removal in case we're just kind of light on it, or we can take a charge. I don't think I'm going to play the charge though, so maybe I might do another Urn. Probably won't. The Scald or the Counter. I think the Scald's a better card. We'll just put it in our sideboard though. I don't think we have room for it. Yeah, I guess I'll just grow my collection with the Informant. I think this is playable. With double Brutaclad, we can turn treasure tokens into 2/1s. That's not bad synergy. I mean, it does mean we need earlier red. Whelp is probably not going to make the deck. And these last picks don't matter. The Beamtown Beatstick is interesting. I mean, if we play it, we're kind of in a more true 3-color deck than splashing a 3rd color, but it also helps us hit every color and ramps better. Really tough choice here between sticking to a blue-white base, splashing late red, or if we want to just go ahead and go whole hog, true 3-color deck, split more evenly. So, choices here. Choices. Yeah. We could still cut most of this red and be blue-white, splashing Brutaclad and Shatter. I don't think we need to, you know? I like the red we have. The red, awkwardly enough, sets our draws, draws us more cards, and provides us ramp, which we desperately need. So even though it makes our mana base a little bit more sketch, I think the right choice here is to actually make red one of my main colors. Now, I don't need to run 5 red sources. I think that's a little heavy. I think we could get away with 4. We need to cut down some of this top end because we just need, you know, early plays to buy us time, right? Maybe the Urn goes because it doesn't really add to the board. And I think I will run 16 lands, which means I can bring back the Defector. And then we can cut a red, and we'd still have 7 blue and 7 white. That's plenty of blue and white. 7 is a good number. It's not low. Yeah. We can just go down to 4 red. And that's more than reasonable. I think we'll be able to cast every single one of our spells here. It looks real good. I'm not gonna lie, this deck looks great. Let's run it. It's good. It's keepable. Play Order out first and be a little bit more aggressive, I think. That's not what we wanted. What are we discarding here? I think Oracle of Tragedy is the risky discard, but... Well, I'd rather have Wrath or Oracle. Or Zerta. I have to get rid of one of these three. I suppose we'll risk it and hope we can hit our 3-drop land and go. Well, that was risking it. Alright, I guess we're playing out Wrath and passing. Maybe we should discard Zerta instead. Oh well, I really want now Invasion of Immoket. What is this person playing? Oh, and there goes there go all 3 of our lands. We're doomed. 3 lands in the grave. I'm not sure we can overcome that. Yep. The only good news is the Amonkhet has no good hits. There's nothing good in the graveyard right now for either person. That land is painful. It was supposed to come into my hand. Wow, they're flipping it already? What are they gonna get? What do they think is important enough to get? I guess they could get Oracle. I guess, or they could get the Strobe Knight. Or the Flyer. I mean, any Flyer. Okay, they do have hits. 4/4 Flyer is good. Nope, they got Oracle. Wow. Well, I mean, it's something to add to the board, but... And... all those lands in the grave. Not good. We can't win. We definitely can't win. There's no way we come back from this. Preening Champion in the air just finishes us off. There's not really a good way for us to extend the game at this moment. We are going to have to go for a bad block. Meaning that they're going to kill one of our creatures and then end up killing both of them. But I don't feel like we're in a situation where we can afford to not do this, so... let's see it. Yep. There's our land. I don't think... even with that, can we come back? I suppose flipping our order is best. I'll make it into a 4/4 that can at least trade. They are going to have something to get the battle back from the graveyard once we kill it, which is a problem. I'm sure they're going to have some fairies in their deck. They're just running a really good deck. Oh. Okay. Thanks, Atali. Cool. Did you hit my Elish Norn for... no, just Fairy Mastermind? Okay. Cool. Well, I think we're dead. Beyond dead. What was this deck we were playing against? Amonkhet, Atali, discard, Preening Champ, Mastermind. It's maybe the grossest. Yeah. We're just dead here. I'm going to concede. That was a gross deck. That was a really, really good deck. I'm not sure even if we were hitting our lands if we could have won against Atali. I mean, even if we won every trade out, played to the board earlier, could we have beaten that? I don't think so. Discarding 2 cards was rough. Followed by Atali. They just had too much card advantage. Yeah, this is good. A little awkward. We're only running 4 mountains total. Well, 3 mountains plus a duel. So It'll be fine though. We actually have plays throughout turn 3. So this is like one of the things that people are like, oh, when you run 3-color decks, you know, you risk not being able to play a card. But if you split your colors evenly, you know, in your early plays, yeah, we can't play the mirror, but we can play Zerta here. I mean, and that's just fine. Or we could have flipped our token. Like, it's not that we're missing turns, you know, it's not like we're missing plays. It doesn't impact me being able to add to the board, you know. Did I add what I want? See, and there's the blue land. So you eventually draw into it. Did I add what I want? No. Not at the moment I wanted, but did I still stabilize and get to the same place in the end? I did. You know, so I think people can over panic about mana bases a little bit. Might be just a touch overblown. Okay, Daxos. That's an interesting card. We do want to ramp somehow to Elish Norn, but we don't have any of our ways to create treasure tokens, so that's a little bit awkward. I will transform at end of turn here. Knight is a good draw. I think I do want to do that instead of flipping my order. Yeah, I think we just need to chill. Although, if I swing at him with my token, it'll force a trade. I don't mind that. I don't want it to get first strike, you know what I'm saying? So, that trade seems better at preserving our life than letting them swing in for 3. Yeah. Yeah, we just have to wait for 7 mana. Shouldn't take too long. Wingspan is good value. We could seal, or we could just flip. Let's just flip. You know, swing for 5 here looks good. Yep. Play out a Defector next as like a good chump blocker for whatever they play out next. On second thought, we put it on bottom. I want to draw land. That's all I need to win here. I don't need the knight back. I just need land for Elish. We can tap it down for 2 turns. That seems great in this situation. Swing in. Now, Loris is an issue. That's a lot of value. I think I'm going to let him get value off of Loris for 1 more turn and just still put out the Defector as a good trade-off card and blocker. They will not take this trade. Yeah, they'll take there. They'll get 2 more life by casting it out next turn. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, we'll seal Loris next turn unless we get a land. Then we'll play out Brutaclad. Brutaclad number 1, that is. I don't know where number 2 is, but... High odds we get Brutaclad every single game since we have 2 of them in our deck. I think it's okay they lock down our 5/4. Huh. We can't do both. Captain gets us the mana for Brutaclad, guaranteed. Sealed buys us another turn. Let's get rid of Loris. Buy us another turn. Stay put. I'm probably going to take 4 in the air, but I think that's okay, right? Next turn we're going to captain and swing in to get the treasure token at all costs, even if we draw land. Elish Norn just wins, right? Yeah. All of that's fine. Okay. Well, that's actually pretty good. We can now captain. We're going to shatter the source. We're going to hold it open, but we can swing in with our 5/4 and our captain, and then kill Daxos, right? It's safe to do both. We either kill the knight or we kill Daxos, in either way they block. Yeah, and we get the token afterwards, so it doesn't matter. There we go. Perfect. So this is going to look really weird, but I'm going to shatter the source on the Sentinel, the Vigilant Knight, because that'll in essence also kill the Daxos here. We can get blown up if they have, you know, some crazy spell, but I think we go for it. See if we can get this combo here. Nice. Alright. Brutoclad next turn. And if we draw a land, it's Elish Norn next turn. Either way, we can't go wrong. Helioid's good. What are they gonna get back? Yeah, okay. That's a decent combo. Get to draw another card off of it. Ooh, Realmbreaker's Grasp. Glad they played that out right now. Although, I mean, both of our other things, Grasp wouldn't have done it. Nice, okay. Elish Norn time? I think so. What a gross hand we have. Yep. Yep. It's swinging time. They're probably going to have to play out their wingspan and try and draw something better. Yeah. So notably, like I said, it's a little awkward to attack in with Elish Norn here because they could have the Dispersal, which would take off the buff for my army and give their army back their buff, and then they'd eat every single one of my creatures. So there is the potential to be a very awkward combat situation if you're attacking with Elish Norn, but if they hold open 3 mana anyway, they can Dispersal it, whether it's attacking or not. So I don't think we play around that because either way they can do it. Oh, Realmbreaker's Grasp. Huh. Okay, they don't have it. Good game. I can Brutoclad here for fun. I could have also just flipped my Incubator token, but yeah, Brutoclad. They've had enough. I wanted to do the combo. Yeah, I think that first opponent was just had a really good deck. I mean, yeah, we bricked on lands, but they also just had a really good deck. I don't think game 1 was a good showing. I think game 2 was how this hand should play. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that in, and we're gonna keep this and get rid of the expensive Convoke card. This looks good though. I mean, if we draw 2 lands and Vision of Vryn just takes off and there's another land, so perfect. Nice little curve out we have here. Good. Okay, Brutoclad was a little early, but it's fine. No attacks. Man, a land off the top would be sick. can flip if we don't get a land. Breeding Champion's good. There's the land. Let's go ahead and get more cards and hopefully ramp up to Brutaclad as soon as possible. That's more card draw. I think we ditched the land since we're going to be able to draw more cards next turn, maybe? Although if we do that, basically committing to ditching whatever we draw besides a Brutaclad. We can swing in here. They either chump or not. Oh. Well, I think I take their card draw and take their weird instead of their champion. Now, that could bite us. Flyers are difficult, but them getting another card is probably better for them. Man. Okay. It's going to be a tough match. Suzuki in this deck could be very effective. We could take a lot of damage before we get that under control. I wonder if we should just flip and try and get the Vryn going. We'll play out the invasion. Ditch the knight. Sorry, knight. There's the land. Brutaclad next turn looks great. We're going to attack the invasion instead to face, I think. Ugh, that's brutal. Man. That might just win them the game. That one turn bounce might buy them just enough time here. That was really bad for us. So we can either flip our weird next turn and play out our Order of the Mirror, or we can play out Brutaclad. Okay. Well, we have double Brutaclad. I think we just slam down one Brutaclad. And if they remove it, there's really no point in leaving back blockers. If they remove it, we have the second one to slam down on the board. We might just lose to Texca though. We're going to be wide next turn if we flip Macadia. And then we start discarding. Do feel like I'm going to flip my weird next turn though. Well, never mind. I'm going to be playing out Brutaclad number 2 next turn instead. We're still losing to this Breeding Champion. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think we go for both. Yep. I mean, that's a big pump for a very wide army. I think I do play out my land, though. And the reason is that's Elish Norn mana. And if we draw another land, we can always discard it to our invasion 3/3 guy. That's going to make out some more tokens. Oh, come on. Oh. Okay, that's a game changer. Now we can't play out Jin Cataxius and win. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip our weird. I don't want to pay the 2 life and go down to 3 life. I think that's too risky. So I'm actually going to pay the full cost, but we do need to hit a land off this. We absolutely need to hit a land off this. Good. We did. Okay. Now, what spells could they be holding open? They could do the ambush one that's green. We want to copy sealed. We can do that for friend. We can hit both of their creatures with sealed. We need to make sure we flip this, though, so they could have a bounce as well. Blue's open. Let's just go with 2 at the battle and 1 to face and see where that goes. Good. Don't counter this. Good. Okay, yeah, I activate it once the spell's on the stack. Okay, so I'm going to play out... Yes. Play out my seal. Copy. Seal. Don't counter this. Good, they're sleeping. I like it. Okay. Bye, Preening Champ. I think we can win here. Come on. Yeah! Let's see. Slow. Really slow. First play is on play 4. I'm gonna keep it. The mana is good. There's a 4th land. There's a 5th land. Okay, we don't need to draw any more land game. I think we're A-okay on lands. I don't know if we can beat a Preening Champ. This squadron will help, hopefully. Let's run this out. We can squadron next turn with Convoke. Should provide a good blocker for the Preening Champion. Man, come on. At least they didn't mill any of our good cards. Would they milled Seeing Double up there? Okay. Well, I guess we play out our squadron and hope they don't have removal here. Because if they do, we're just dead, right? So. Man, this invasion. Just too much value. It's really hard for any other deck to keep up with it. Yep. That goes on the bottom, I think. So brutal. They can tap down our knight for 2 turns if they want to do a pace out by copying our knight. That's exactly what they did. Okay. Well, they're going aggro, and I'm not sure we can rebound off of that. Now, we can play out our Defector and offer a decent trade and then get the token after. I think that's what we have to do in this situation, unfortunately. Of course, they have the perfect removal spell. That's frustrating. Even if we resolve Brutoclad, I don't think it's going to be enough. Just double spell, right? Do this, hold open the token transform. They have an artistic refusal. Feels bad. So they're gonna get more card draw eventually. They bounced. It's terrible. At least they didn't do that during combat, because I was going to block with my knight. They could have blown me up there. Maybe they want to add to the board. Very control-y deck from our opponent. That's a very good. Just 2 damage? Okay. They still have the mana for refusal. I do think they do have refusal. Okay, how do we want to play this? We can play 2 smaller creatures and hope they refuse one of them, or we can just play Brutaclad, and I know they'll refuse that, but then we could always draw our second Brutaclad. I don't know. We'll see. My thought process is Raph and the Night Lord might help me get out of this better than just one Brutaclad, but could be wrong. We'll see. Let's see. Next turn we can Raph and Night Lord. I mean, we can stabilize except for that bloody bird. High potential for them to blow us out here. But my guess is they're playing a Forger and they can get the battle back anyway, so... No, they're just gonna play their second Dispersal. That makes more sense now. Okay, so they had 2 Dispersals at their disposal, which is why they did it last time pre-combat. Just a really good deck. I think this is going to be GG here. Yep, it is. Raph and the Knight do not do it against this board. I think we're just dead here. Yeah, because when they attack in, we have to chump. We can go down to 1. I guess Elish Norn off the top still theoretically can make it so we can stabilize and come back. So I'm not gonna scoop yet. Let's double block the Thallid so that they get their sapling, and then if we draw Elish Norn, it kills the sapling. And then we just have to worry about blocking the battle that flipped into a knight. Okay. Elish Norn off the top stabilizes. Nope. That's GG. Okay. Well, I'm going to show them my Jin Gitaxias. I'm going to say good game, and I'm going to be really sad. I don't know. A large part of me thought this deck would do so much better. Man, it's just really frustrating. Like, this deck should be better than 2 and 2. Let's keep playing. I mean, it could just be possible we just had 2 really back-to-back unfortunate opponents, but the first game, the guy's deck was insane. This last game, I felt like it was winnable, but we just couldn't get there. Wow, this curve out is gross. How do we want to do it? Let's go with Inquisitor first. Yeah. Flip our weird, or we just play out the Night Lord and attack for 2. Next turn we can double cast, where we can play out the mirror and flip our Incubator token. Oh yeah, and they're going slow. Yeah, we're just gonna aggro them here. I don't even think Elish Norn's gonna hit the battlefield here. We'll probably be done with this game before Elish Norn gets out. So let's swing in for a bajillion. And even if they drop something big, they're gonna have a hard time here. Can flip our weird for the red mana for Shadow the Source if we need to. We're gonna just do an aggro tap with our Night Lord and swing in for 8. That looks pretty good too. They really need to be dropping 2 creatures here, but I doubt they have a double cast since they did not play until turn 3. Yeah, that's not a double cast. Okay. Flip the weird, get the red source, but then everything taps and we don't attack, or just Seal of Existence the beast. I think we seal here. And then we just swing in for a lot. And now they're gonna need something amazing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I can get behind this. 1, 2, 3. Draw a card, get to Brutaclad. It seems good. Another land is actually pretty good for the situation. We do want to get up to Brutaclad as soon as possible. Daxos. Again. Inquisitor. Are they playing mono white up there? Wow. That's pretty good too. Tell you what, this turn we should probably Sentinel, and then next turn we'll double cast the Knight and Incubate. I think if we Sentinel our weird, it blocks pretty well as a 2/4, and then when we transform it, it'll be a 5/5 if Inquisitor's on the board. That seems pretty good. Let's go ahead and do that. That's also an option too. But I think we still double cast this turn, and then we'll go and hunt for more cards after this. Yeah, I'll go ahead and flip at the moment. No attacks. Are they really playing mono white, or are they just mana color issues? Ooh. Now we're definitely fishing for cards. Let's get the mana. Get to Brutaclad and Elesh Norn. Only 1 land hit. That's pretty bad. Who do we ditch? I guess we don't need the 3-drop anymore. We can just go straight into late game plays. A little risky, but 5-drop, 5-drop, 6-drop, 7-drop seems pretty powerful. If we don't get a land this next turn, we can just transform our Captive weird and try and hit another land. Get 2 shots at it. Okay, I think we do just go ahead and transform. Yeah, our board's stable enough. We'll be fine. Let's pay the life. If we get an untapped land... Now, if we get a land, we can play Wrath anyway. Let's go ahead and pay the life so that if we don't hit a land, we can still play out Wrath. Good thing we paid the life. It is a land, though. Tap land, it's fine. I wonder if we want to play out Wrath or if I want to hold open the tap down with my Night Lord. I do want to flood the board for the most amount of creatures for Elesh Norn, so I think I am going to play out the Wrath, but there definitely would be merit in playing it a little safer and leave open my tap down. Okay, so they are playing 2 colors. There's blue. So maybe the rest of the spells in their hand are blue spells. They just can't unload fast enough. Yeah, that's GG, right? Elishnorn? Yeah. They're not gonna let me start attacking all. They didn't even see half of our hand. See, this is how I expected this deck to play every game. You know, delay, chump block, draw some cards, put out some bombs, win the game. So, let's keep doing more of that. And it's good. Lots of card draw here. Good chance that we're gonna dig to our bombs. That's good. Do I want to play this first though? I think so. I'm actually gonna ditch a land here. As awkward as that is, we have a lot of ways to get more land, and I think we will have 7 lands by the end of all of this. Okay, good. Captain Landry, I think, is the right play. Get a ramp. Can even cast out our weird this turn as well if we want. I think well, we can still cast out the weird. I think I do want to cast out the weird. Would have done it either way. Yeah, we'll draw land off of the invasion. It'll be fine. We'll block. Okay. They have a bit of a wide board state. It's a little concerning. Taking a turn off here is not without risk. They could run away with the board state if we're not careful. There are 2 lands. Do we need both of them? I think I want both lands. Maybe I don't need Oracle. We just focus on value plays from here out. That's fine. Okay, they're gonna try and out aggro us. We have Elishnorn, that's our end goal. Let's play out our knight. So if we trade off, we can still swing in with the beat stick, get a treasure token, play out Cove, and then we have Elishnorn 2 turns from now. We are trading off here. I think I want to trade with their knight instead of their trampler. Maybe I chump block a 2/2. Oh, they didn't attack. That's great for us. And now we don't have to attack for Elishnorn. Let's play out the Sentinel first. Let's put it here. Now our weird's a very good blocker. Let's give... let's make this into 5 damage in case they play out a Night Lord. And they can buff their knight to have 5 defense. I don't think we're attacking in here. We don't need the treasure. Elishnorn next turn, though. It's real gross. Yeah. This is... I win, right? If they have... They do not have a counter. Good. Let's say if they have a counter, we don't win, but... Let's go ahead and attack here and here. Alright. Yep, I would like my creature. Yeah. It's good. This deck is good. I mean, the 2 early games didn't make it look good, but it's good. 5 wins is where I would expect it to be. Now, I think this deck has every potential to trophy for sure. The 2 early losses were brutal, but yeah, no, I mean, when this deck clicks, it clicks. And it has a lot of ways to make sure that it clicks, even when you're not clicking. Like that last game, I mean, we won because we dug so many cards deep. This looks okay. It's not my favorite start hand I've ever seen for this deck, but it's fine. I'm going to keep it. Now we're going to play out the tap land. Let's see. Red-green's going to have a lot of trample. That could be problematic for us. I'm going to play out a 3-1 because it blocks the negotiator very well. If they offer a trade, I'm going to try and take it. Don't have a trick. Thank you. Surveyor's fine. Okay, so they're just playing 2 colors. That makes things simple. Wrath is good. Next turn we'll draw cards with the invasion, or we could do Protocol Knight, depending. Okay, that's a big creature. I'm gonna take 4 here. Let's just seal it. I think it's safest. We can't afford to keep taking 4 endlessly. I think they can bring out something bigger later and we'll regret that. But 4 damage now endlessly does not seem okay. Prankster is exactly what I want to see, thank goodness. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I think I want invasion, but maybe we play out our squadron. I'm not gonna block the 3-2 anyway, but just getting it on the board seems reasonable enough. And maybe it can attack in and flip our invasion. Maybe we can get 2 Protocol Knights off of it. Who knows? Oh man, another Geoderm. Can I afford to take 7 here? I'm going to try. Okay. They're wide, and we need to put an end to this. Elish Norn puts an end to this. What can we do in the meantime? Invasion for a land, or we just play out a knight and hope we draw a land? I guess we're going to play out a knight and hope we draw a land. We'll have 2 turns to draw Elish Norn before this gets out of control. Next turn we can do the invasion for draw card if we need to. If we're that desperate. Okay. So we have to sack a creature. You're gonna fight with, yeah. I think we're sacking Wrath. Yep. I'll trade here. I know it sounds weird, but I'm gonna trade. Oh. I mean, Elish Norn's fine. Let's do this. Into a Brutaclad. What a draw. Yeah. Good game. Brutal. Elish Norn plus Brutaclad equals scoop. Hmm, 6 wins. We win here with trophy. This is good. I want an early play. Obviously, it's lacking that. But you don't toss this. It's got all 3 colors. As long as they don't go 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, I win. We should be fine. Yeah, they mulliganed. Good. Yeah, and the land's fine here. We definitely want to be ramping up to our big stuff since we only have big stuff in our hand right at the moment. That is not what I want to see. Yeah, they're going to gain a lot of life off of that. I guess they're worried about dispersal. Okay, I'll play out the top land. Oh. I think we've drawn enough land now. Let's draw some creatures. Starting with our first play being a 4-drop is kind of bad. Looks like they're probably running equipment, right? You wouldn't be playing Billy Rider and a lifelinker red-white unless you're running quite a bit of equipment. Do I want to put out my Cavalier? I think I do. Go ahead and equip it. Ramping with a treasure and a turn 5 Brutaclad is very tempting. Or we could just tap down a creature with the Knight. I guess it depends what happens here. I want to preserve my life total as much as possible. I'm going to let this hit, so I have the potential for a back crack. Now if they play out a creature here, well, they'd have to play out 2. Yeah, we're good. No routes reinforcements allowed. Good. They might have a removal spell. I think I am just going to go for the tap down. And I'm going to play out the Order of the Mirror as well. After this with the treasure, since we don't need the 7th land. Okay. Fine. I can still attack in for my treasure though, right? Yeah. They're going to hit us for 4 next turn. But they won't be able to attack in with both. So that's okay. We may need to shatter the Billy Rider before playing out Brutaclad. Now we're definitely going to have to shatter the Billy Rider. So we're taking 6. Yeah, maybe I chump. Do I chump? Yeah, I chump. I'm going to chump. And then we're just going to shatter the Billy Rider. It's getting too expensive to block it. Yeah, let's do this. Go ahead and shatter right now while their mana's tapped. No attacks. Brutaclad should run away with the game. I'm so glad they're sealing right now. They're gonna regret that for sure. I will trade with the 2/2. And with Brutaclad, we should have enough chump blockers for this double striker. Just endlessly chump it till we figure out another solution. So. Yeah. No, we need it to chump block. They have removal for Brutaclad. We're going to be in a position, that's for sure. We have mana for Elishnorn, though. That'd be so sick. I'm gonna chump block here. There is some temptation to double block, but I think that just calls for a blowout, so chump blocking is reasonable enough. Like I said, we can just endlessly chump block until we find a solution. No need to rush. Alright, that's a great draw. Let's do that. Look who showed up. Don't think I need the land, do I? Nah. Well, let's... I think I want to seal either the Greatsword or the Billy Rider. I think we'd do the Billy Rider. Because the sword's not that good on the other creature they have. This is risky. I think the sword... You could go either way. Let's go ahead and attack the battle and get that. But Elishnorn should just kind of take care of things here. We'll be able to block and trade. We will take, what, 2 damage? The process. Okay, show me what you got. Nope, nothing. Cool. That's not gonna do it. Alright, Elishnorn should just take care of this. That's game. Yeah. Well, when you have a bomb, you have a bomb, and when you have a bomb plus 2 Brutaclads, well, you trophy. We did a good job there of making a deck that really supported what we were doing. We just lost the 2 unfortunate games, but I don't think there was a way we could have won those anyway. 7 wins. It's great to see. And this deck deserves it. It's just really good. Lots of early plays to support our 2 late game win cons, and that's pretty much all you need. Let's open our packs together, since, you know, that's fun. Right? See what we get. Hazaret. That was a fun build last time. It's a good invasion. Okay, another Broodlord's nice. Ooh, my first Ayara. Ooh, Chromehost Seed Shark here is good. That's nice. Last pack. Thanks for watching. See what we get. I'm not going to pronounce that. Have fun watching the Pro Tour this weekend. It is this weekend, and I will see you next time.